My name is Olga Koumoundouros, and I'm standing in front of my artworks. This piece is titled Sextant for Community Convening, and I have a video over there, Slab Slide, and Embers Fly. Uniting all my practice is the idea of economics. I've been thinking back to the ancient Greek idea of home economics. Economics, having embedded in the word economics, is home, but not necessarily the single-family occupied home, but the idea that all of where we live is home. So I think about the relationships between materials and the exchange and their value to sustain us. I also work in performance art, and typically working in video and documenting myself in various sites. The actual language and specificity of my gestures and somatic presence is really important. Those gestures translated in real time, I feel like they link to my psychological state, they link to all of our psychological states and our idiosyncrasies, and I feel a lot can be communicated in that way. Thinking about Los Angeles and how I make ends meet and sustain myself in my microcosm, how I'm connected with people in my community, people that are different than me, people that I have alliances with, people that I've built relationships with, as well as the materials that I use, all sourced from the earth. So this piece in particular, I'm thinking a lot about all the elements that come from the earth, that couldn't exist without the earth, bringing in ecological content, how we're all connected, we're all related, but a sense of responsibility to everything that is grown, whether it's tomatoes, whether flowers, everything comes from the earth. It's an obvious thing, but we forget, we completely forget all the time, and that has produced a irresponsibility and a disassociation, frankly, of what we consume and how we tread around. So this piece here has carvings in it, and it's a narrative of my immediate location. I made this table of sorts, and it's not rectilinear. It holds space for as many people to enter as feel comfortable. I like the idea that people have to navigate their proximity. It has these wings or sails, so it's the idea that it will transport. It's heightening air. Whether it's wing or sail, it needs air. So we have the air, we have the rocks which source the earth. I also have drawings in here of water. I live in a historic Filipino town very near Echo Park Lake, and so I was thinking a lot about how a small body of water functions to nourish people. But also in LA, so much of our livability is in relation to water forms. On August 3rd, we're holding here at Angels Gate Cultural Center, we're having a workshop where I'm inviting people to come and to carve into the woodcut their own imagery. So whether they want to put, add things to the water scene over there, or add things to the fire that's burning, there's like a funeral pyre in the middle of of the story or into the spider's web. You can add whatever you want and become part of the story that's pre-existing. Along with cutting your own story, you'll be with other people. So navigating the space, whose object is, or whose imagery is before yours, what are you adding to, and then you're going to print it. And the printer you get to take with you. And so you're part of my story, and the people who came before you, and the people who will be coming after you. What you leave behind will be part of the template, part of the table that we're printing on.